Let's take a look at the Blob brush tool and the Paintbrush tool. So we come over to our toolbar and we can see in our pullout that we have the Paintbrush tool and we have the Blob brush tool. They're together. So let's just start with the plain old brush tool. So we click, we draw a line, a shape, a stroke, and it moves through. Now, we can make our brush bigger. We can come over and grab the curly bracket, the right curly bracket, and it becomes larger, the left, and it becomes smaller. When we want to move it, we have to select the black arrow and then we can move it as a selection. Now, one thing we want to note, when we do the brush, it comes through as a stroke. We can come over to the stroke panel right here. We can see that is how it is controlled. We can make our stroke larger. And we can also find when we come in, we go to window, that we have an entire brushes window. And we can choose the different brushes that are being applied. When we look at these panels, whenever we see this little library icon, we know that there are a whole bunch of other options we can choose from. So I'm going to come over and go to artistic. I'll choose artistic ink and I can see that I can continue to change my brush. So let's take a look at the blob brush. The blob brush is different. We're going to come on in here and what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a fill color. So I'm going to come in, choose a fill color, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the stroke off. I come in with my blob brush and I can make this bigger again with my curly brackets. And I can come in and I can start to draw things around. And what I'll find when I go to move this is that it is all one shape. So it is entirely all one shape. It's all one path. When I grab my white arrow, I can see these are all the anchor points that it created. Now, just for comparison, let me get rid of these. And I am going to now grab the brush tool and I'm going to try to draw something that looks similar to what is on the other side. I will put this into the stroke. Come in, just kind of moving through. Now I have not picked up yet, and we'll do a comparison. Perfect. So I can click to here, and I can see that this whole thing is strokes versus this is a path. Now, when I come in and take a little bit of a closer look, I can see that it is not a closed path. So if I come in and I grab this, I can start moving things around. Again, this is just a stroke. So it's not saying that one's better or one's worse. They just are different. So there we have it. Let's take a look at one thing that's also really powerful about working with the blob brush tool. So let's say that I have a shape and I started with a circle for my shape. And let's say I wanted to add to this shape. I could grab the blob brush tool and start coming in and adding to the overall shape, and it still is one object. Come in, start moving things around. And again, taking it one more time, I could come in and start just adding all kinds of fun things to this shape. And we have the blob brush tool. What you're going to find as you work is that you'll end up having a combination of several different tools. Thanks so much.